Hi, suppose I'll need to empty out this pool. What would I use? Pump, obviously. I would use something like this one. This is called a sump pump. It's meant to go in sumps. But the advantage is this sucks water in through the bottom. Down here. But to save the pump running dry, or if this was a flooded sump pump, to make it start, this particular sump pump has this, a float switch. As the name suggests, this floats on the water. When it drops down, the pump stops. When it goes level, the pump starts. Let's put it in the water. There we are, the pump is sitting in the sump. But because I don't want to empty the sump today, the pump output hose is also in the sump. You might be wondering why nothing is happening. That's because I haven't turned it on. Let's do that now. It's turned on but still nothing is happening. That's because the float isn't quite in the on position. Let's adjust it. There you go. Clearly see the pump's working. But as the water level goes down, which it won't, but if the level water was to go down, then the float would fall with the water level and stop. That's what a float switch is for, to stop the pump from burning out when there's no water, or if the sump fills up, it's to start the pump to pump the water out. Let's have a closer look at the float switch. Here's the float switch. It's internally connected to the pump. Here's the float switch itself. It's the same on both sides. Yes, right, this one's slightly blue because it's a very old pump and it's seen a lot of action, shall we say. Yeah. As you can hear, as I move it, it rattles. Unfortunately, I can't take this one apart because if I do, the float switch will be of no use. But I do have another one. We can open that one up. As I said, I can't open up the other float switch because if I do, it will render it useless. So I'm going to open up this one. It's the same principle, but a different colour. But just like the other one, you can hear it rattling. I'll show you that it does work first. A thing to note: the cables here are brown, blue, green, yellow. Normally you would associate that with live, neutral and earth. But if you did that, something's going to go bang. It's up to the manufacturer what colour they use for what. There is no specific rule that says they must use this. And obviously they got this cable, so therefore that's what they used. I'll connect it to a meter and you'll see that this float switch actually does work the same as the other one does. Here you go. I've connected the float switch to the meter. At the minute it's showing OL, over limit. In other words, it's not connected to anything. Here's the float switch. If I tip it forwards, you see the meter just changed. It's showing 0.2 of an ohm. In other words, it's closed. So if this was connected to a pump, the pump would start running. Then as the water level drops, it goes OL again. The meter is showing 1 ohm, which means it's closed, it's working, the pump would be running. So if the water level drops, there we go, float switch changes angle, it shows offline. One more time, pump runs, pump stops. Now let's open it up. Here we are. I've just cut all round it. It should, with a bit of there we go. Wonderful. I've just dislodged that. I'll put it back where it should be. Here we are. As you see, it's open and I've reassembled it. I've had to put in these 2 small screws because the posts that hold the micro switch in place are actually in the lid. I will also have to hold the micro switch to stop it from moving. But here you see, inside it has a stainless steel ball. What happens is when the float switch tips down, the ball rolls to the end and presses in the micro switch. And if I let it go, obviously I can't tip it because I've cut it open. There you go. One more time. Ball rolls down at the end, pushes the micro switch. Ball rolls down again. Closed. So the pump either runs or it doesn't. In case you're wondering, the earth wire is actually connected to what looks like to be a brass strip. It runs all the way round. The idea being that you should connect the earth, and if water gets into the float switch, it will short out down to earth. If you found this video interesting and would like to see more, consider subscribing to the channel. It really would help. If you like what you've seen, give me a thumbs up. And as always, thanks for watching.